Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
Everybody, welcome to the show. You're watching Expert Talk with me, Tigo. Yeah, we got Craig Shah in the building, and we can't do a 9 at 9. He's got way too much information, and you're going to want to know all about it. You guys have seen me wearing this watch for, over a year. He is the man behind this brand and behind pretty much changing the world. So sit right there. We'll be right back.
Emmett, do you want to play with me? Yeah, I can't play right now. I'm doing show notes.
Yep, that's right. You heard me right. We got Craig Shah in the building, technically, virtually in the building. He's going to talk about elegant timepieces like that one that I'm so proud of. And he's going to talk about his organization that he's formed and the great things that they're doing and a new project he's got coming up. But first thing I want to know is, how did he get into watches in the first place? Craig, are you there?
Tigo, how are you? So excited to be here.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
I'm excited to have you, man. You know, you're one of the coolest dudes. Whenever you walk into an event, you and I met at Secret Knock and Prosperity Camp. Whenever you walk into an event, you're always dressed to the nines. People come running at you. I don't think it's just because of the watch. You're just really a really nice guy and down to earth. How did you get into jewelry in the first place?
Well, thank you, and I'm honored to be here, Tigo, and appreciate you and all the love that you guys shower upon me. I'm just, a simple guy who, a kid from India who came in with a vision and with a heart, to give back. And I think people who love upon me are the real heroes in my life, I would say. How I got into this business is I used to work for a company back in the days from when I was 16 through 22. I worked them for 6 years, and I really worked as from ground up, from anything from cleaning floors to selling diamonds was all part of my job. And I traveled the world for them, and I literally did everything, like millions of dollars of inventory, taking care of that, all the way to bringing, them food or, driving their cars. Everything was part of my job. And I'm really happy and proud that, I truly got an opportunity to excel myself and do what I do and come to this beautiful land of opportunities, which we all know as the United States. So
man, I want to read your resume, because I've read resumes probably, over the last 40 years, I've probably read over 1,000 resumes, probably 5,000. Never seen cleaning floors to diamonds before. That is absolutely amazing. Now, my question is, I love this watch. You know I do. I love all the pieces that we have that are Craig Shelley. My question is, how do you select the pieces and what makes them an elegant timepiece?
Absolutely. I mean, it's all about creativity, right? Design and creation, right? That's what it is. You got to be unique. You have to be separate. You got to be different. You have to separate yourself from what's out there in the mainstream. That's number one. Quality over quantity is always my mantra. I don't mind having fewer models, but I want to have very, very clean look. I want to have very classy look. That's my thing. Another thing is, quality of the timepieces itself, right? So, giving them lifetime warranty, it has set me apart from, companies that are giving 1 or 2 years of warranty, and they charge like $1,200 just for service. When we offer lifetime warranty, meaning anything goes wrong to the mechanical movement or anything at all, we cover it for a lifetime. And that really is, we know the product that we make, right? We really take pride into it. So it's literally, 0.02% of the returns or any defects that come our way. So we believe that the consumer doesn't have to overpay, and they don't have to keep paying again and again to service those pieces. So that's, bottom line is those are my three really unique way of separating myself and creating a niche for our own brand, which is design element, quality of craftsmanship, and service part of it. So those are the three things.
I know you're a guy that has a humongous heart. I mean, I read it many, many times, purpose before profit. And in the business that you're in, it's usually all about profit. It's all about what celebrity can wear your jewelry, what celebrity can be seen, what kind of exposure you can get. But for you, I've seen you give away thousands of dollars of watches at various events. What does purpose before profit mean to you?
Thank you for asking this question. I wasn't thinking that we're going to talk about this, but absolutely. Purpose before profit is think about others. Think about people who are less fortunate. Think about the inequality in the world, right? I mean, there's so many things that we can control, but there's so many things we can't control. But there's very little that we can do, very easily we can do, and then change a life somewhere else in the world, right? Even in our own country here, bringing food and education to children, building water pumps in Liberia and having people, having people not have to walk 10 and 20 miles barefoot to pick up a bucket of water, right? Oceanic supports one water pump per, every watch being sold. So socially consciousness is on us. We don't have to wait for governments to do this. We can make an impact on someone's life across the world and give them an opportunity with a glass of a drink at a bar, cost of a drink at a bar. So there are so many different things that you can do, and think about others along the way you succeed. Everybody that I meet and I attract, is like yourself, is heart-centered people who are successful, but they have heart for people who are less fortunate. So, what would a parent do when their child is not fed? They have no food on the table. Think of that. Like, what length would you not go to, right? I mean, anything you would do to protect your children and to give them better future. But these people don't even have a roof on their head, or no food on the table. They're literally living on $1 or $2 a day. That's no money, right? There's no food. They send them to farms, and they send them to, some uncle or aunt comes in and says, oh, your daughter is going to be with me and helping me. Often they end up into the wrong place, right? We provide stability. We provide, as long as the child comes to the school, which is free, the entire family eats for free. So when there's food on the table, those kids don't have to go to work and bust tables or clean dishes or do odd jobs at other places, right? So, and it's so easy to do this. Believe me, guys, when you guys know this, social consciousness is our responsibility. So that's what purpose before profit is. And now there is a whole new element to it. And I can go on and on with it, with the charity component that we have. Every charity in the country here, as long as they are a 501c3 and they maintain their status and they're doing good, is welcome. We have a no questions asked policy. We will support them with one of our pieces. They can auction it off and they can raise money for their charity and keep all the money. So there is so many things we can do to help. We're doing our part. We're manufacturers, so we can always manufacture a few thousand extra pieces that we can give back. And that's what, our Pink Pearl Hero piece that does. So, I mean, there is so many things that, encompasses in this purpose before profit a mantra that we have. But that's what we believe.
Expert Talk is sponsored by Pod Nation TV, the podcast to broadcast network.
a lot of people in our world, we meet a lot of great people from all over the world as we're in these masterminds and blah, 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 and events, great events like Secret Knock. We meet all these great people. And, most of us, we write a check to a charity that is our charity of choice and move on. But not only do you not just write the check, you're touching lives along the way, and you're reaching out to everybody else and saying, hey, come here. You can be a part of this as well. And that's what comes out. I mean, Elevate, yes, it's a summit, and yes, it's a mastermind, but it's more than that. You really raise the conscious of the membership, and I'm proud to be a new member. I can't tell you how excited. There it is. I'm so excited to be a Diamond Ambassador. I cannot tell you. You raise the consciousness not only of the members, but the membership we touch and the world that we touch in our environment. What made you decide to create this? Because you have, we talked about schedule before we started recording. You have a crazy schedule like I do. What made you say, you know what? I'm going to take out time and create this amazing program called Elevate?
Well, yeah, it's a personal choice. I decided that I wanted to be in the personal development space and business accelerator space. I know I have certain traits. I know how to build startups. I've built many. I've exited many successfully, and I know our strengths. Why wouldn't I help people to be successful? Because being successful makes me successful. I mean, I do corporate gifting for those clients. They're all my clients. So it's not like I'm not benefiting from it, but it's like the satisfaction of helping those people and getting them from point A to point B or point Z, where they will feel successful. Their glass is full. And then, what? Along the way, we teach about how to overflow. When we're full and it's overflowing, it's easy to give back, right? It's not stressful. It's not like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to write a check to a charity. Or it is actually turns into a very selfish act where you become it's a selfish act, I think, to give back, meaning it gives me satisfaction. So when does that happen? When you're full, where you're very satisfied with what you're doing. So making people successful is an amazing thing to do. And you never know who you're going to inspire to, right? I get on a daily basis, people come and tell me, I want to be like you. I mean, I'm telling you, listen, I was inspired and I was given by my grandma and then several people, my uncle, my mom's brother who took us in. There are several people who inspired me to become me today. You never know who you're going to be inspiring. And quite frankly, Tigo, you know this, right? All this amazing community that we have in Elevate, all these amazing entrepreneurs, successful people. By mentoring them, believe me, I'm learning every day. I learn every single day from every single person that I meet. Something new comes to my way. I mean, like your beautiful show, this, you put together, you and Alan, such a wonderful job you guys do. So it's always a person who has an open mind to learn will never have any scarcity of, it's a different mindset.
I totally understand that.
You will inspire people no matter what you do.
I thank you, for the compliment about the show. We love doing this and we love touching, as many people as we possibly can and spreading the message. And you may not know this, but I've been collecting watches for over 20 years, probably over 30 years. Many years ago, someone told me, why do you buy t-shirts every time you go to a different country or a different city? You love watches. Why don't you buy watches? So I actually have watches that have tags on them that says, bought in Hong Kong, bought in London, bought in Texas, bought wherever. And, I was gifted a Rolex, I was gifted some amazing watches. And I've also spent a ridiculous amount of money on watches. But the watches that everybody sees me wearing now is either my iPhone watch, because I need all that information, or I'm wearing a Craig Shelley. And the main reason for that is because, one, they're beautiful. I have to say that. They're absolutely beautiful. But two, out of all the watches that I have, I've never been invited to be a part of the community. We're a Mac and Apple house. It's like we spent thousands and thousands of dollars on Mac and Apple products, but nobody's ever reached out to me and said, hey, be a part of our community, be a part of our world. But when I wear your watches, I have a story to tell about this. This is the watch that came the very first Secret Knock that Greg Reed yelled upstairs, get down here, and handed me this watch, So it has a story behind it. It has a human behind it. And I want to thank Greg, of course, but you, because if you hadn't decided to do something like that, you could have easily just written a check to a nonprofit, but you actually show up. So I want to thank you for that and what you do, because you do great work and your watches work. I've got so many elegant watches that are super expensive that do not worth a dang, but your watch is amazing. It actually keeps time very well.
No, absolutely. Thank you for saying all these amazing words. I really appreciate you. It's all about like Greg Reed. He's inspired me so much, and I mean, all these people along the way, right? I mean, you're right. The reason for us doing this is which company is going to give you that human element, what brand is going to give you that exposure that your business needs. Of course, you can wear somebody else's watch on the wrist, but why wouldn't you want your own co-branded watch? Why won't you want? So that's what we're boutique. We're not very large as some of these other super brands are, but we're very niche. We have our own product, we have our own designs, and we have our own ability to make them custom to our clients. So that's what sets us apart. And I truly believe that touching the human element is what it's all about, right? I mean, we come here on this planet for a little bit. It's quickly. I remember when I was a very young child and young kid, and then now I'm almost I'm 48, pushing 49.
I need such a baby.
I mean, we all need to do our part and give back. I'm writing a book called Time to Give Back. And then there is another book coming, like Time to Elevate. So with all the members. So there is so much fuel in me left. I feel like, there's so much to give and I want to inspire as many people as possible, that because there is so much success hidden in helping others. Believe me when I say this.
Oh, totally.
That you're going to help your own self. Not only in every single way, you're going to be successful when you give back. Trust me on this.
Yeah, the first lesson that, I think was one of the biggest lessons I learned is, to not hold on so tight, not be worried about keeping what I have. If I open it up and open it to others and helped others, it was amazing. It would come back tenfold on its own, and I never knew why. It's just, that's the way it works. If you give, you can receive. And if you don't, you're missing these opportunities because you're so busy trying to hold on. You're so busy trying to hold on. And we could sit here forever. Maybe we could do a Tigo custom watch. We got to talk about that. Anyway, okay, back to the show. So you have something coming up. I kind of teased to it when we started this interview, and I would be remiss if I let you out of that chair before we talk about it. You're doing something with NFTs. What's going on with the NFT Marketplace?
Yes, not too long ago, there was a group called Bees. It's a community of people that came together and they built a massive, community out there of developers of blockchain and NFT developers. And they did a survey on my brand, and they kind of did like a whole workshop on it. And they showed me how NFT ready we were, and that it all started from there. And I saw that, because I'm an investor in an AR company, which is very relative to NFTs. It's when you see it, you understand. But long story short, we decided to launch an NFT marketplace, and that would serve people. It's a company that would make, everything, simplify the Web3 for a common man, layman, people who don't understand what a wallet is or how to, the tokenomics of it, or even the what is involved in a smart contract and things like that, right? So we thought at first we were thinking of doing the jewelry and the watch industry because that's where I'm closest to, but then it just catapulted into so many other things. Like we have wearables and shoes and clothing and real estate, music and arts and sports and entertainment. All these things have come together. All these different areas of my of Elevate, that are all big, and we do events, so now the watch is the jewelry, all these different elements, and Elevate and events, all this is tying up with the blockchain and the NFT. So we're launching a very unique marketplace. We are in discussions, very high level discussions with some major programmers, companies that know their game very well. They're going to help us build it. I already have people lined up, to participate with me. I have thousands of my own clients that want to be a part of it. We're going to build a nice, strong community of, people who want to be in the future. Like we call it Future is Now. So we have a name for it. We're quote unquote, we're getting it ready and prepped and everything so that we can launch it. It's going to happen within a week or so. We're going to announce the name, and then we're going to go into building of the software. But it's a very unique marketplace with completely price transparency. Taking your real prized possessions into the metaverse, creating NFTs with it, and hopefully, making a lot more millionaires and billionaires along the way.
Wow. Now I know that, being a part of your organization and being a part of Elevate and, just being able to call you my friend, whenever we're around your members and your clients, everybody feels like family. Like even when we're just meeting, we're feeling like, oh, that's Bob. Even though we're just meeting Bob, it feels like family. With this expansion, are you still going to be able to control that where it'll still feel like within the marketplace that it still feels like family and not, or will you just open it to the world?
We're doing two different things. We're going to have our close-knit family. We are releasing 333 watches with NFTs. So that each one is going to be a very successful person who is going to own this watch and the NFT. And that's going to be a community that's going to be very close to my heart. But of course, I don't want to limit this to just a few people. I mean, the world is a family, like I feel like, why shouldn't more people be involved with this? Why should more people live in a poverty mindset? Why can't we shift them to with a wealth and abundance mindset where we can help them thrive? So I feel like, look, I mean, if it grows in thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, I think I'll be very happy, because I think that means that my mission's been accomplished, meaning, or at least it's on its way to be accomplished, meaning we're helping more people. And everybody should be, there's a culture here at Elevate, and this, helping others is what we're all about, right? It's, reciprocity is what we call it, right?
Definitely.
You definitely want to give paid forward, do things for people, and look at leaders, look at examples, what they have set up, and how can we better them. So I'm very happy and very excited for this new chapter in my life. Right now we have 150 partners. They're paid members. They come in and accelerate and appreciate everything we do. And we keep it to that number for past several years. We've just kept it around that number. But now we're expanding. This year we're accepting 333 people. We have a plan for it, how we're going to handle them, what we're going to do with them, how, successfully. There's an event schedule lineup. You have it. There is a very classy way of doing things and doing them right. So we're all about doing right. So yeah, I'm open to the world, and world is my family.
I could sit here and talk with you forever, my friend, and we could go deep, deep, deep. But I've got to let you out of this hot seat. I know your schedule is absolutely insane, so I'm going to let you go. But I hope you'll come back and hang out with us again, and we can share more information. How do you want people to get in touch with you? What would be the best way to do that?
I'm I'm a big text person, but I mean, I would say, if people want to know me better, 213-300-2090, that's a text number. But you can look me up online, on social media at Facebook, Craig Shah, you'll see me there, or you can look up Craig Shelley Beverly Hills, or on Instagram at Craig Shah CEO. I think those are the ways you can get in touch with me.
Okay. Alan, don't cut after I do closing credit, please. I'm going to redo the open because this became an actual expert talk and not a 9 at 9. Okay. Okay, we'll go back in. 3, 2, 1. Like I said, I want to thank you so much for being on. I can't wait to have you come back. Yeah. And for you guys out there, look, if you want to get in touch with Craig Shah, he gave you your social media. You can reach out, but you know what to do. Go to Tigo Direct, type in Craig Shah, type in watches, type in Craig Shelley. He's going to come up. Send him a private message through Tigo Direct. He'll get it. It'll go straight to his inbox. I'm sure one of his assistants will make sure they reach out to you. I thank you, sir, for being on. And as always, I'm Tigo. I'll talk to you next time.
Thank you, Tigo.